No, that's no problem. I'm gonna do this right here real quick. So I'm glad I didn't put it in the immediate space.
And I'll send you a copy because I just recorded, so I send you a copy, and it just makes everything easier.
All right, yeah. Let me take this. Let me do this right here. Yeah. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
That way I can really get loose. I hate look. I just got off my live stream doing a birthday celebration for somebody a little bit ago. I don't even know how to raise shit. I was gonna take this shit down. I'm so technologically inefficient when it comes to this. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yo, it's all good, bro. I get there too. You know what I'm saying? Like this app that you see, I built this.
Mm-hmm.
I built this.
Okay, that's what you talk about on one of your shows. You say, okay.
So, as you can see, it has a booking page where you could go and you could put your different shows or products, whatever you do.
Mm-hmm.
And people can schedule themselves like you did, and then like Zoom, you just come on in the room, right? Like I know, like if you schedule for 10 o'clock, I know to be sitting here about 9:30, get my lights up, get my stuff ready. And then you just come right on in. So it's built to like compete with Zoom, like it knocks Zoom out the box. Plus you got a scheduler.
So yeah, and I don't even have a component like that at this particular time doing what I do. I normally just I tell everybody, look, I'll be on at this time, or when I schedule something, I use that. I just pay those expensive fees for StreamYard as my conferencing tool for the most part. So because I hate cutting into OBS, I don't even like playing with OBS. I don't.
This live streams too, so it goes Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
It goes.
See, you wouldn't know it, but I was in the computer, so I was in the IT field. I just don't understand anything now.
No, I get it. Cause guess what? I'm not a computer dude. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not a computer dude. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I really worked. I'm a mechanical dude. Like I worked in fixing airplanes and cars and trucks, buses.
Okay.
I'm a mechanic.
So how the fuck you build it? How you build an app? How you build this?
How did I build the app? What happened was I got tired of being like all over the place. Like my live streams kept lagging because I got like 5 apps open. I got OBS. I might have a couple of windows open, and I'm trying to bounce back and forth, and I got tired, bro. I was like, yo, this is ridiculous. Then when I want to do anything like this, because of the time zone difference, I can't keep up. So I'll be scheduling the meeting, and I schedule it comfortable for the person I'm talking to. It be 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for me, bro.
Right.
I'm like, yo, I gotta get it centralized and get it balanced to where no matter where you are in the world, there's always a comfortable time that we could talk. Let's schedule it for that.
Right.
So I built this, man. It does everything. Forms, so you could take forms if you got like intake or whatever. I built this, and I used Claude.
Really?
Yeah, yo. I had this idea to build a social media
platform,
and it failed. It washed out. And when it washed out, I want you to record this, by the way. So
yeah, you good. Yeah, you good. Yeah, you good. Yeah, you good. You good.
So, it washed out. You know what I'm saying? I want you my social media platform was a complete wash. I failed 13 times.
Ooh.
Right?
What the money look like on that thing?
I failed in the build.
Okay.
You understand? And I was working with a developer. I was working with somebody else and trying to pull in partners. And the idea was great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The idea was just technologically ambitious and this and that. And I was like, yo, I put it down and I said, I'm thinking about this wrong. I'm thinking about this like the next greatest thing, something new. And I'm not building nothing that I need. It's not solving my problems.
Right. It's for yeah.
I'm trying to be the next TikTok for what? And then I didn't ask the real question, which was like how does TikTok live? How does Facebook survive? All of those type of companies is all supported by the government. Because they feed the government data.
Right. Metadata. Yeah, that metadata, all that data. Yeah, all that data. Yeah, absolutely. And not just them, but advertisers. Because I was telling somebody this particular thing about artists. What artists don't realize is the one thing that is not in your contract anymore when you sign up with these labels, beyond the other stuff that they do. They're not telling you that when they build all these platforms to push your music on, they're using your star power to get metadata, and that is a big advertisers pay big money for that data. Yeah.
And so I looked at that and I said to myself, I don't have that, right? We as a people, you and I, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't have our own governing body.
Right. True indeed.
We under somebody else's all the time.
All time, yeah. No matter where you are, right?
So until we can get that together,
right.
I can't go ahead on and build something great because it's going to get snatched up. I'm gonna be pressured out of it, or it's just going to get jacked and and ain't nobody going to save you. Because
here, as you know, I'm sure here in this country, you have a great idea that might compete with say a Mark Zuckerberg or somebody like that, or even Elon Musk. They gonna snatch it. You ain't gonna get the patents for it. Something's gonna happen, and guess what? They gonna shelf that thing. They may buy it from you, but they gonna shelf it. It'll never see the day.
It'll never see the light of day. They gonna knock on the door, and your best bet when they knock is to sell.
Right. That's exactly right. And it ain't gonna be for what it's worth. That's the problem.
And so I figured that out. And I of course, I live out the country now. So there is some safety now that I'm not within direct grasp.
Right. But you're still gonna be under somebody's thought process.
But now I'm under somebody else's situation. But at least under this situation, I can negotiate.
Easy peasy, right.
I can negotiate.
Right. But then you get that you gonna have that issue like what TikTok had for a little while, which was it's not an American company, so they start calling it, the software is collecting data from American citizens, blah blah, all that type of stuff. Yeah.
Right. So I stopped the whole social media aspect, right? And I looked at what I really wanted to make, right? What's the problem? If I want to do a live stream here, I need to have it set up like this. If I want people to have a web page to book me, I'm tired of paying for Go High Level or another web page and it's another link. And my whole link tree was looking ridiculous.
Right.
Up until a month ago, because I had 20 links. I got a web page for this artist I'm promoting. I got a page for this engineer that I'm promoting. I got this. And I'm like, I'm sick of this. This is stupid. Nobody's going to scroll down and read 30 links.
Right. No, they're not. Unless they just really looking for something, like they looking for some aspect. But if they don't find it in the first 5, it's TikTok generation. 20 seconds, they out.
That was my point. I got 5 links that people they gonna go there and they gonna see 5 links.
It was really easy when you said just hit the link. And I said, okay, I hit the link shortly after you hit me up, and I said, "Oh man, shit, that's it." I ain't gotta fill out just the email, pick your time slot. I was like, oh, well that's simple. I said, ooh, I need something like this. I've been on Wix trying to build a website for my yeah, man. I don't listen. I'm telling you, bro. I don't know.
That's the exact problem I have. Going to Wix, then you got to become a web designer today, right?
right. No, listen. My HTML coding is from forever ago, from 1999, nigga, when they first started having websites. I was like, yo, bro, this is weird to me. This is weird to me. And now I don't even know how to use the prompts to what do I type? Make me a site that does this, and then it'll do something else. I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to use this crap.
So this is what I did. I built this. And right now, like in a week, I got to go have a meeting with the university here, right? The University of Jordan. I got to have a meeting with them because they want to use the site for teaching classes remote.
Oh, wow. That's big. I'm sure that's big.
Because it does that, right? We have I set this up to do live events, right? So you know how if you want to throw a concert and you want to set up a camera, you can stream the concert out.
Right. I got you. No, I got you.
You can sell those live stream tickets and increase your profit revenue. Right. Because you're not dependent on in the room or in the seats. You have this added capacity.
Right. Makes sense.
Because I was throwing an event here and there was a capacity problem. Right? You could only get so many people.
So many people in
one space.
Yeah. Right.
And if you make it for VIP, you're going to have less capacity, more luxury. And I needed to have the bandwidth to go out. And so I built this, yo. I stripped down, I took what I had for my
social media.
I stripped off the social media part and I put in all the elements that I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So now I built it like this, and it does availability, forms. You get your CRM data on the spreadsheet.
Fire.
So all your customers, all your followers, they yours. Meaning you have the metadata, and you could take that and get
and do what I want with it.
And get this and get that. So I flipped the script, and then not only that, the site makes money off of the money you make from it.
I got you.
So it works like Uber, right? We're gonna solve all these problems and solve all your friction, and we don't make money till you make money.
Right. That makes sense. I got you.
You live stream from here, free like OBS, right?
Right.
You could point people to your page and sell your merch here. You could do all of that stuff. And until you make a sale, we don't get nothing.
Gotcha. I got you. Now, what's your storage capacity? What's your storage capacity though? Like you got to do virtual clouds. You know, that could take up. You get big. You know, that's a lot of. I know. Like with the app Band Lab that I use, right? That we use. I know when they were developing and they went to do those. Not money grab. What you call them? Whatever. It was asked investors to invest more into the application. It was because they had a storage capacity issue. Because they were leasing out their they were paying other companies to hold the storage. Now, mind you, people make all these songs, all these tracks, because it's a DAO. They make all these tracks on this particular application. I have hundreds of tracks, maybe even close to 400-500 tracks that I'd have made on this app. So that's just me. So just imagine the people that make music every single day, 3-4 songs, that type of stuff. That's a lot of capacity. That's a high volume capacity. So I'm like, the app would lag, and it doesn't now because they've gone corporate. They got charging memberships. It used to be free, but now it's totally different. But I was like, but when I think about things that you're talking about, I'm like, that capacity got to be crazy. So how you solve that problem?
I solved the problem because we don't have no capacity.
Oh.
I'm not storing your data.
Right. Gotcha.
So since I'm not storing your data, right?
Right.
Everything is gateway.
Yeah, it's a gateway. Yeah. Right,
I'm not keeping your pictures. I'm not saving your videos.
I'm
not dry snitching on you. I ain't saving nothing.
I got you. It's just the gateway. It's the link up. Yeah.
To be honest, this app, it can actually, the danger of this app is it can actually facilitate being profitable in illicit activities.
Oh, yeah. I ain't even thought about that.
Right? Because it's only passage. There's no storage.
Yeah, so you can have a private event, a private situation to discuss whatever, kind of like WhatsApp almost. But
WhatsApp is now Meta, and that data is being siphoned and can be used against you in court. With this, they can't. There's no court. They can't.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So
you're in a whole different country.
One, I'm in another country, but two, I protected myself from knowing about your business and being called in.
Right. I got you. Yeah. He said, I won't be calling. Yeah.
You can't call me and I don't know nothing. What he's doing is a private chat. Whatever they talked about in there, I don't know about it.
Yeah, no, that's real talk.
Right?
Yeah, makes sense.
And two, you didn't pay me to build this mug to do what you want to do.
Right, that part, yeah. Makes sense. Absolutely.
So I built it to be hood great. Yo.
You're right. Perfect, man. Oh, that's dope, bro. That is a dope idea.
You want to move? You want to move weight? Move weight. You can call it T-shirts if you want. Nobody gonna know.
No, right? Ain't nobody coming through here.
There's no traffic through here.
Yeah, right.
And making the sale, you can sell legally because this only knows what you put into it. So whether it's a shirt
or
headphones, it's what you call it.
Yeah.
And it gives every item you put in a QR code. So you could sell whatever. And
and then the dope is in the ear. The dope is in the earphone.
And charge what you want.
Right. No, I get it.
I get 5% of the sale price for the use of the app.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So whatever you pushing. I don't know.
Right.
But I designed that for maximum profitability to build what I want to build.
Right. It makes sense.
What I looked at it as was the problem that we have as a people is a lack of infrastructure.
Right. Definitely.
Our own infrastructure. And I built the key piece of infrastructure that we need. We need communication and we need our own commerce rails, meaning a way for us to sell and transact money without them being in our business.
Right.
So I built it.
Yeah. And you did a great job. This is dope. You made, like I said, this was very easy because I was like, is it gonna be live? I don't know. I said, I don't think. Let me check this email. I said, I don't think I got a link. Oh yeah, it's right there. Boom, and then there you were. That's super easy, bro.
Just like Zoom.
Yeah. I don't even use that. I don't use Zoom. I use Zoom once in my lifetime.
Like even on this, like I built this app. It has 5 rooms in it.
Mm-hmm.
The first room is I can go into an empty room. I can send you an email inside that room and bring you in.
Bring a link. Okay, by link. Okay.
So you come in by link, automatic. The second room is like this one. This is my appointment room where it sends a link out. I have a second appointment room for classes, like large groups and people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's like a paid room. Then I have the broadcast side. So there's like 4 or 5 rooms here.
And I'm just I see you got the camera on, you got the share screen, PIP view. Yeah, that's cool. This is dope. And it probably works better than I use StreamYard. And I really literally only use it so that I could bring up my guests. Now it has other bells and whistles on it so I can push buttons and shit. for but I can. You can have one of them things on your desktop to the side. But this is
I got mine on a desktop. All my sound effects.
Mm-hmm,
I got a little desktop drum machine, and I put the sound effects on the drum pads, and I just
Well, I even got. Look, I got this Stream Deck. I don't even use the damn thing.
I built my own Stream Deck.
Oh, wow.
So you get it free when you sign up. It's in the recommended tools. And what it is, it's an app you put on your computer. You scan your phone, and your phone turns into a Stream Deck, so you can have all your sound effects right there.
Oh my God, you freaking kidding me, dude? Who are you?
I built that too. To be honest, I built that first, and I was trying to figure out how apps work, what's the right stack, and how to build it. So all of my failures, rolled into this whole collection of apps, right? I built a plugin so that if you do studio sessions, you can put this plugin in, and that plugin will connect you to the app through VB cable, virtual cable.
Yeah, that's dope.
So it does the same thing Muse does. No monthly fee. He
said he said, yo, look, I pay for Restream. I pay for Restream, and because StreamYard, I can't go live on StreamYard because the sound quality is horrible. So I can't go live on it with my playing people's music. I can only go through OBS because that's what I've seen to have the best sound quality available for me to be able to play people's music and for the people to hear it as they want it to be heard. So that's what ticks me off is I'm paying for Restream. That's $50 plus the $40 for StreamYard. I'm $90 every month for one. I'm not even using for the capacity that it's been asked to use for. I'm just using because it allows me to have 8 people on there. It is convenient,
See the problem I'm solving?
Yeah, I see the problem you solving. I see it. No, I see it. You solving a big problem. Where I sign up at?
That's it. StudioComms.live. It's the same thing like you saw in the email. StudioComms.live. And if you want, outside of the interview, I'll walk you through it today and get you signed up. And you could be an ambassador, and you could charge businesses to walk them through the sign up. Okay. I set my wife up like that, and because businesses want you to help them put in their first little products, they merch or whatever. And if you could just read and go to the merch section and walk them through it, it does that. Also, I built into this app a POS.
Okay, that's dope.
So you have a full POS here where you can do remote sales. So you can put your products in, take your products out to any location and sell and take credit cards on the spot.
Oh, that's fire. That's dope.
So as long as you got internet service, you can do that.
That is dope.
I added in a second level POS for you to do doors, ticket sales, VIP sales for events and stuff like that. So you can throw your own concerts. You can have bottle service. You can even put the drinks inside the merch section and sell it at the POS and through the POS. So you could do your full event with just this app. I designed this app for what we need.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it. I listen, man. I totally get it. It's especially with the number one, the booking, the schedule. I was like, man, I got to put these. I got to schedule this, schedule that, do this, and do that. I'm like, oh my God, this shit is getting on my nerves. Like it really gets on my nerves. So I'm at the point where you are now. And as we grow, and I got so much different things coming up here in the future that are going to be. I'm gonna have to be well organized.
I understand. So I want to show this to you because let you know how it looks. So this is my dashboard.
Okay.
And this is how it looks. So everything comes up in schedule order as I need it. So you can see when I'm going live, I schedule it. And you can see my next interview, July the 5th. And that's how I go in the room. And this is my main dashboard. This is what I see when I come into my sessions.
Okay.
So I don't have to do anything crazy. I don't have to pull my hair out. When is this? When is that coming up? Everything is right on my dashboard.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And it cast out to YouTube everywhere I need to be.
It cast out from there. I can go to YouTube. Like here, I'll show you what is. Once I set up inside of Connections, right? I can connect all the different places I wanted to stream to. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, right? The only one I don't got is TikTok because
I don't do it anyway.
Yeah,
I don't do TikTok anyway because they don't let me do my radio style show at TikTok. I have the review shows, but I can't. You can't. They won't let you do a radio style show on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I always find that retarded because I'm like, yo, man, why not? Like, it's just,
radio.
It's radio. Like you got a nigga. I'm a DJ too, but you got a nigga that DJing for an hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. What's the difference? What's the fucking difference? You know what I mean? I'm listening to creativity, but they're saying because I'm not creating anything that I can't.
I've been having the same problem. So for me, again, I just do the review style, but I'm now pivoting because I want to do podcast style. I like talking to people. I like picking their brains, you know what I'm saying, and knowing about them. So that's why I created this. And yo, you know what I'm saying? I want you to come aboard and use it and enjoy it and help get other people on it.
Man, I will definitely give this a damn shot. Definitely give this a shot, see what we can do with it. From my end, like I said, I would see in the what you explained to me is solves a problem. It's a removal bill.
That's the real problem I'm removing.
The fucking bill, man.
I'm paying too much to use something before I even get something. And now once I figured out, because as an aircraft mechanic, I have an engineer's mind.
Right. Okay.
And I was like, yo, how does this work? And when they gave me the breakdown, okay, how can I build it? This. Well, I need these features. And I gave a feature list a mile long. Yo, it said I could construct this today. And I was like, go. Just to see what happens.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And it started building. Now, what it first built didn't really work. Because now you have to like get set up on different platforms for different things. And then it started teaching me how to code. Like it tells you. It's like, here's the code. It has to go to this section, this. You have to fill in this, Nate, this.
So it's giving you step by step. Okay. Fabulous.
It started teaching me C++. And I started putting in the codes and copy and pasting and learning how the code was built. Then it showed me how the database was built. And it was teaching me. And I did 16-hour days for the last 3 months to get it finalized.
Wow. That sound like what it took to get me to rap. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm talking for the last 2 years, man. Somebody told me, say, hey, man, I'll be able to sing before you be able to rap. I said, what? I said, man, come on. I've been in music for 25 years. Nigga, if you think that I can't rap, like I ain't never really attempted it. Like I do it, a little Drake stuff inside of a song, but yo, man, I ain't never just To rap? Oh yeah, you crazy, but I got you. Don't worry about that. So 10 tracks a day for a whole year. I come out swinging on these niggas. Ain't no way that's you. Shit. Yeah, it is. You want to go? Like, yo, man, it's one of them things where it's like, yo, man, I don't like anybody tell me I can't do something. Can't tell me I can't accomplish something. Like I've done too much. I know how to play several different instruments. I know how to do a lot of things, DJ, engineer, producer. I've done all this stuff in my lifetime. And if you think that me, I have a strong pen anyway when it comes to the R&B stuff, you think I can't put together the right words to rap in, you done lost your mind. Like, it was just finding that voice, you know.
Now that we finally talking about you, not talking about the app, let's go. Okay. Let's introduce yourself to everybody. Tell everybody where you're from.
Oh, man, I'm actually from Arkansas. I grew up there for a few years. Grandmother passed. I was went and lived with my great aunt, who's my mom. So I didn't raise just a family, mom, dad. You know, it's like a lot of the African American households where, you know, I had two young parents, so my great aunt raised me, and we moved to Indiana. I had never been to Indianapolis, Indiana. From there, went to Chicago, and then from Chicago to Dallas. 21 years in Texas. In that time frame, I developed a love for music, you know. But my mom always had me doing the choir singing, and I ain't never liked that. Like I can sing, and it's a great thing. Like I enjoy it, but it's not one of those things where I was like, yeah, I don't be a singer. I don't want to do that kind of stuff. So, I mean, going through high school and things like that, I was in choir, and I was in an a cappella group and all that kind of stuff too. But for me, I just saw more depth to music than that. So my journey took me, started off with percussion, learned how to play guitar, and then on from there, I played the trumpet. But beyond that, I don't play anymore. Most of the things I can do now would be piano and which I'm proficient in, would be piano and percussion. So those are my two strongest suits. Now, I had been playing music for a long time, but then I stopped, like all people do. I grew up, you know, I got things to do. I went to college, University of Arkansas. I got a computer science degree from there. And then, you know, got a job like everybody else. I'm doing my thing. But in this time frame from 17 to through college, I was DJing. I had gotten into EDM really heavy. So I became an EDM producer, engineer.
That's really big out here.
It's big everywhere, which is why I was telling some of these folks here, yo, man, if you can get yourself in those EDM lanes, even with just one or two songs, right? It's an international. It don't matter what you're saying. If it's the right thing, it'll work. You know what I mean? It can work. And so, you know, we have all these purists out here, these from the rap side, they're just purists. I just want to do the rap this way. And then, nah, man, look. So, what is your purpose?
I learned this doing reviews, yo. Like, some people, they just do a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they just like a thing.
Right.
And I tell them, I'm like, yo, I'm going to tell you something. If you like a thing, that is phenomenal. But
right.
You don't like music.
Right.
Because I've been in different rooms. Mm-hmm. And when I say different rooms, people don't understand. Like, when I say different rooms, like, I've been in a bluegrass event, and I've hosted a bluegrass event, and the place was jumping.
Right.
Going crazy. Like, same party, and they singing.
Yeah. No, I know. I listen. I'm from Arkansas, brother. I'm from Arkansas.
You from Arkansas. You know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Then I've been in the room, and it's EDM and and everybody
they're crazy.
Room. Then I was in the jazz room, and I'm like, and I performed in each of these spaces, and had to conform musically to each of the styles. Right? So when I was in the jazz room, I was there faithfully for a year. I was going every Sunday night at 10 p.m. And be there till 4 a.m. till I could get this room to react to me the way I want.
Yeah. Right. That's a love of music. That's a love of music.
Like, okay, I'm in this space right now, and a part of what I do is here. However, I haven't figured out how to connect in the room. So I stayed in the room until I
to figure it out. Right. No, real talk.
You see what I'm saying? Then the same thing, but when I figured how to do that, then it clicked for me that I can click in any room. So when I got to the rock room, and when I got to the EDM room, and when I got to the hip hop room, and when I knew
you prepared. You were prepared.
Yeah.
You were prepared.
Okay, this music is like this. They like it like this.
Right.
And this is the thing that they looking for the flip on. They only looking for a flip in one space. And that's what I used to always find it. Like, oh, you only want to flip in one space.
And listen, now in the industry thought process, right? I always tell the artists on the show, look, I understand that you want to have a style, but versatility is key. Because if you get you can put yourself in any door, right? Once you if you understand how to put yourself in any door when it comes to genres of music, if you can do that, then you have more capacity to have something happen for you other than just that one rap track or that one R&B track. You have the capability of connecting with more people that will like your music. You can still do what you do, right? You can still do what's comfortable for you, what your natural groove is. But being able to maneuver outside of those spaces, you have no idea what kind of not just the bag, but just what kind of joy you can bring to people with your music. You may be introducing them to aspects of what you love as you are combining these genres together. That's why when I started DJing, now mind you, I started at the time where it was that's the time I started, right?
People don't hold on, wait a minute. People we have to slow down because people don't know the progression of what happened musically, because it started out in Chicago from house, right? New York took house in, and it got big. Then from New York, it became techno and moved overseas.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Now look. Now this
go
is
ahead. Because now you're talking about back when you had the
Now I'm back in.
That's techno.
Yeah. So okay. So I'm back in Dallas, right? I'm in Dallas, Texas. This is where I was this time. 17 years old in Deep Ellum, which is what they had the Lizard Lounge and the Copper Tank and all these clubs. Now, mind you, I'm in this area. I have learned how to do this thing. I started working at these youth clubs for. They had a family would rent out the local what do you call it? Recreation centers, and on Friday and Saturday nights. They would, 9 to 14 years old, parents drop the kids off, give them $20. They had pizza and candy and stuff. And then they had competitions and as a live DJ in one of the gyms and games over in another gym because it was always double gym. So I was brought in by a friend. Actually, it was a girlfriend at the time. She's like, I work here and, make a little money, the dance coordinator or whatever. I just go help the kids kind of come out of their little social anxieties and have fun on, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll come by, I'll do it. So I came by, and I started doing stuff, and these kids were just great. They were just trying to have fun. So I was having fun with them. You know what I mean? I was having a good time teaching them how to get out of, you see the kid standing in the corner, he really looks like he wants to dance and that kind of stuff. So it's just really cool in that aspect. So I started talking to the DJ, and like, you ever been interested in DJing? I'm like, no, not really. I said, no, I didn't even thought about it. Like, no. I love music, but it's not something that's on my thought process. So Jonathan Doggett introduced me to the art of just beat matching and DJing. So this got the simple stuff. But when I started with that, from there, my head went crazy. Like I was like, oh, this is cool. Okay, now how they do that shit with the records? So I went on about 2 techniques. So I'm scratching now. So yeah, oh, this is cool. I'm learning. Like it's terrible at first. I messed up all kinds of vinyl records. I'm at Bill's Records. I'm at Bill's Records and tape every other week buying the same 30 damn albums I bought the week before. Spent a lot of money because I messed them up. Scratched the shit out of them. I messed these records up. Yo, man. And so as I'm learning through this process, I'm learning on my own. There's no YouTube. Watch no YouTube videos on how to do this stuff. And
crashing and burning.
I'm crashing and burning. I'm pulling as much information as I possibly can to understand the techniques behind how to do these things, how to do that, and I'm looking up different DJs from the past, the beginning of hip hop from New York and all that stuff with that dope sound, and I'm just like, that's what I want to do right there. And so I'm in that mindset, and I'm like, okay, so. After months and months, still working in this club, whatever, he's like, yo, let's go to, I want you to come with me. I know you're younger, but you can get in with me. But after this, we're going to go here. Like it was to the grown folks club. I'm still 17. So, like, yo, you're going to go to the grown folks club in Lower Greenville here in Dallas area. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I'm going. So we get there, and I'm seeing all these people. It's big, They playing Prince's Pussy Control. He just having a great time up there. Everybody just loving it. I said, oh my God, this looks fun. Like I love the energy that you're reading the room to see
what's next and what's next. That
off the dome, right? Like off the dome. Okay, that is key. So I'm in the environments. I'm starting to meet and network with other DJs and other people, and they're telling me things, and they're feeding me information, and they're showing me things. Very welcoming fraternity here in Dallas of people. All you got to do is do this, and this is how you do this. You want to get this equipment, you want to get this piece of equipment, whatever. So as I'm collecting all this stuff over a year, by the time I'm 21, I am the headliner at the Copper Tank, making $2,500. All I got to do is show up. Yeah, that's where that goes.
People don't understand the lesson in DJing. Now, right. I DJ'd for about 5 years of my life, right? I started out as the assistant to a DJ, as a little, as a little weekend warrior, as a wedding DJ. Great guy by the name of Doug Crawford, right? He had his own DJ company, and I started DJing weddings. He showed me that, and he made me listen to hundreds and thousands of mixed CDs.
Right.
Just to have enough music in my head.
Right, to know what to go.
Figure out what the next sound or mood was, how to read the room, look for a person that has not danced all night, and try to figure out
what'll make it get up. Yeah,
what's going to get that person on the dance floor. They need a turn so that they can say they had a good time. So how to make the dance floor, people don't know this. The dance floor is alive.
That is.
These people,
it is. That's
have
exactly right.
For these 3 songs, you got to let them go to the bar and now get
a refreshment. Yeah, you got to give them a refreshment. Right. Yeah.
And then there's the next group that comes from the bar and from eating and snacking, and they ready to get on the dance floor, and they need dance songs in their tone. And how to read the room and get this rotation happening, and then get the wallflowers a turn, and then build that up, because now once everybody's tipsy, then you can work the room into a frenzy.
No.
Those are lessons you only get from being
in the environment. Yeah, in the environment. And then you listen, and that's listen, when I started the EDM, when I started dubstep music, and I was in techno with the house music, then I did the dubstep. Now this is right in Intergalactic. This is right. I'm in this time frame, right? Missy Elliott hadn't came out with the I Can't Stand the Rain stuff, but she had come out with that right at that time. So I'm like, yo, Now, I don't know. I can't say what anybody else is doing anywhere else. I just know in this local area, nobody was mixing the hip hop with the EDM. You was just either this way or this way, right? So I'm like, yeah, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mix this shit together. Like, I'm going to do this for me. This is what I'm going to do. Now, mind you, again, I know there's a lot of people doing a lot of different things. But in our area, so it's not happening. It's not happening like that. It was just, that's what it was. And then the dubstep came in, so there was some vocals put behind it, some crazy drops, crazy sounds and things like that. But I'm like, after the drop, why not throw in a hip hop track for a minute, cut that thing up and fuck with it? Listen, when I figured that out, I wanted niggas to collapse on the dance floor. I ain't give no break. I ain't give no break. I want you to collapse. I want you to pass out like you just went to a Michael Jackson concert. Yeah, we not stopping. This from beginning to end. I'm gonna work y'all into a frenzy. From the beginning to end. Y'all gonna be tired when you leave it. That was my style. Like, you know, I'm reading the room, but I don't care what I do. With this aspect and what I'm gonna do here, I'm reading the room, but I ain't gonna let you have it. You're gonna get off the dance floor because you're tired, and you're gonna go get a drink, and then you're gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? But I know all y'all messed up on drugs because you offered me about 30 different pills since I've been here. I know what y'all. I know. Listen, y'all gonna have a heart attack fucking with me.
So, what happened to that you transitioned out of that space?
Well, okay, so for me, I had been in the rooms at about that same time. This is when Marshmello, I call him Chris, but had come into the play out of Pennsylvania, and he had come into play. I was doing shows and festivals and things like that. But I was the guy behind, I was always the dude that I made the cut. You know what I mean? I always made the cut, when it came to that type of stuff. And then I had kids. I had kids. And, I had the regular job. As I'm growing in this space, I'm married now. You know what I mean? So I got married. Then I had a time frame where I just let everything go. Now, mind you, at the same time I was ghostwriting. This is what really led me to not even want to mess with industry stuff in the aspect of R&B, hip hop. I had been ghostwriting for a couple people. And they really liked my music. And I was so, had my head in the clouds thinking, oh, this dude going to take me with him. He going to take me with him when he make it, right? So, but now, then I had gotten to a point where I had college loans to pay off. I had lots of different things that had going on. So I'm selling my writing with no writer's credit. I'm giving them exclusivity and non-disclosure agreement kind of stuff. So that turned me off. Once that all that kind of stuff had happened to me, and then it just turned me on to the whole thing. I told my wife now, because I was married before. We've been together for 16 years, but in that time space, I ain't even sing a song. I listen to music. I still love music. I ain't make any. I had songs I had written, never even recorded. But when we got to COVID times, now we got to like around the COVID time. This is where everything kind of changed for me. That's really where the drop was. The drop was in there between right at COVID time. So that's where everything kind of, I had been stagnant since about 2010. It was like the last thing I ever did to record is I hadn't done any music. I ain't singing in the car, none of that shit. I was mad. I hated music. I really did. I listened to it, but I just hated what the industry. I just hated the whole thought process of it. The touring and doing the concerts and the festivals. That was mostly busy work during the summertime. So, and everything else I was doing my job, my 9 to 5. You know what I mean? But other than that, I'm like, you know what? This ain't going nowhere. Forget it. So COVID hits. I'm bored as hell. I was bored as hell. My wife says, I'm on this app. I said, what app? She said, BandLab. The hell is that? She been telling me about it. I'm not going to get on that damn app. Nah, hell no. An app to make music with a bunch, and it's got a social media aspect. I don't talk to nobody. No, I'm not doing it. So I got so bored one day. Now, mind you, she juicing me up. She's saying, when my husband comes to this app, he's going to take this whole app over. Now, she's juicing me the hell up, like, for real. So at one point, I said, okay, let me just get on here and see what it is. I was bored. I said, I get on there, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Oh, they got a DAO in here. Oh, it's free. Okay, why not? Hell,
Yeah, I'm gonna start playing with this a little bit.
I'm gonna start playing with this a little bit. See, but I looked and I said, there's a lot of rappers on here, a lot of hip hop and R&B. Yeah, I can sing, but I don't want to do that. Maybe I just come on here with my EDM shit, right? Wrong environment, because it's not a club. Nobody wants to hear 15-minute, 30-minute mixes of music. It's not the club. They want to hear something quick and fast. So
2 minutes.
I did that, and I made that, and then I was on there like, I kind of felt lost because I felt like, for what I had done in my little world, I felt like I was more accomplished than the people that were on the app. Yeah, they making decent music. I hadn't kind of found those right group of people yet. That I was just hearing garbage. It was like, oh, that's terrible. What the hell are they? Oh my God, that's on the trending list. Like, so I'm putting the music out there, not understanding how the app works. Right? Mm-hmm. It wasn't no tutorials. It wasn't nothing to tell you. I was just posting music. Like, nobody likes this. What about all these other people? There's a dude on here sound like he's eating food while he's singing, he's on the trending list. I'm offended. Like, I'm really offended by what
what is this?
Yeah, what the hell? How dare they not?
Too mean. I started crust.
So I started, right. I came in there with this whole big-headed thought process. Like, don't they know who I am? So when I looked at it, I said, oh, Jared. It's called BandLab. Okay. You need to be in a band or build your own group of people. So that's what I did. I started, my wife was part of this group on there, and they were the largest group on the app at the time. They were that's as far as this app is concerned, they were just really had dope music. But I started noticing, like, why are only these two guys in this group? They good, but the rest of them are garbage. I mean, they pretty good. They all right. And they juicing up their band to support their music. And they're looking at it like it's just a privilege for these other people that we invited to be in the group. My wife got in that group for a while, right? Mm-hmm. But I was never invited till later, right? So when I'm in the group, I'm talking to them, and I'm starting to notice that, okay, these dudes understand parts of the algorithm
that
make the app work, right? That make it. So I started listening, and I'm like, okay. So once we listen, figure some things out within the algorithm, we knew that on this app, 26 likes, 101 plays will immediately make a track
trend.
Right. So I said, okay, that'll work. So I developed this drop schedule for artists, because my whole thought process is community. People want to be heard. And I know when I came over here, I felt like my music's not being heard. Like, at the end of the day, every artist that makes music, creates music, wants to be heard.
That's what's making music reviews so popular.
Right.
People want to. Artists. I trained, and I sang for 6 months with the vocal coach. Mm-hmm. The coach said, I'm finally good. I got my teacher's approval. I'm ready. I want to be heard. I want you to come and hear me do my thing and tell me I'm good because I worked on this.
Right,
People want to be heard.
And that's where, but these two dudes, we're not going to tell. I'm not going to tell them. I had, like I said, I developed a drop schedule, which means that, so 5 tracks a day, 10, 2, 4, 6, and 8 o'clock, we're doing a drop for some artist that signs up for their track to be dropped, so that we, as a group of people, as 50 people in the band, so I'm like 50 people in the band, That means if everybody listens to the song twice in the band, and if everybody likes it, or at least 25 of us like, 26 of us like it, then it'll go, and somebody's track will be heard because it'll be on the app. Unless you're following that person, it's not available to be heard by the entire app. There's no way for you to
circulate it.
To circulate it. So my whole thought process is let's circulate it so these people can get some real feedback on the music, right? That's me. I wasn't thinking like that. They were thinking, oh man, let's keep this to sales type stuff. I'm like, nah, I ain't doing that. So I left there, built the Blacklist. My wife got kicked out of the band, the other band. So I built the Blacklist. First of all, it wasn't just for black people, but that was my favorite TV show at the time. And I liked the title. Yeah, I liked the logo. I said, oh, that's tough. So I said, I made this whole group, and I started adding people, and finding people until I was like, yo, we were a teaching band. So we're going to teach people how to use hashtags properly, how to put their music out the proper way and the proper way to do it. So what I developed in that other group so that people can be heard, I used on my group. And then that's when the Blacklist started to make a lot of noise on the particular app, because, man, we had a dude that did classical music structure, foundation, classical music foundation. Classical music, it was trending in hip hop for 2 weeks.
Wow.
And nobody would ever heard his creativity in that. It wasn't a hip hop song. But right. I'm using the algorithm thought process in order to elevate people who normally wouldn't get. And then an old dude who has passed on now.
You elevating artists. You figured out the algorithm, and then you just put together the people that said, "Yo, we're willing to at least try this to see if it worked." And now it starts working.
Listen, and that was the thing. Like, to see. Again, this is in a small space where, nobody, not very many people in the industry at that time or now even know about it, understand what it is or its purpose. But to see somebody be excited that their work is being heard, and we didn't give I didn't give everybody the information initially. I just was like, yo, if we can get it to this range, if all of us participate in these drops, then we'll be able to make the track trends so that we can push the music. I didn't give them the numbers initially. I just was trying to do it in a way where they would be excited about it and see what happens. So we got to the point where we so good. We trended tracks in 20 minutes. They was top in a top category. Yeah, that's all over the board. Everything we put up, we trended. So it became a dope thing. But I started. My thought process is always long term. Okay, so when I started understanding, that's cool, but the application itself, the plays the trigger. So that when you hit the trigger, it's gonna do what it does. It's like it's not those plays, those streams, those plays are not real. Mm-hmm. They're not real. Some of them are. But they're padded, so they're like false numbers. So it gives you a false narrative. It gives you a false sense of security. Mm-hmm. I don't really like that because these artists aren't going to learn anything by likes and plays, and in a space where it's full of artists, no fans. It's no fans of music there. It's just all artists, all creators. So if you're a creator and you get on there and you like somebody else's track, they're gonna feel obligated to like yours too. They ain't gotta like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that brings me to a whole nother question. Mm-hmm. So now that you mentioned this, hasn't AI kind of done the same thing? It has turned non-musicians into now musical creatives, so that we're losing fans.
Well, I believe in the usage of it from a certain aspect. I believe if you are a writer, right? People out there, right, can't sing at all. I know a bunch of people, they have great mindset when it comes to music. They can quote you anything from a song, but they can't sing a lick. Mm-hmm. So I think from a producer standpoint, it's a great way to make a reference track. You know what I mean? If you can't find the artists, it's hard to find artists to sing your song in this particular space. It definitely is. Because sometimes the songs that you may write, you're writing from a standpoint where it may not be relatable enough for them to sing it to where people will believe it. You know what I mean? And these are not actual music professionals that can understand how to embrace a track and use their skill set to make it, to bring it alive. Right, so not having that practice of that thought process, I think that it's a good tool on the production side.
Yes.
Only.
Yes.
To be published amongst musicians and real vocalists, I find it slightly offensive. You know what I mean? I know people bring them to the show, and I do listen to them, but I can hear every track that's an AI track. I ain't never been fooled in my life. I've had earphones on for 25 years. There is no track I can listen to and I go,
yo,
that is not you. But okay, you want I get it. You want to be mentally stimulated.
Round of applause for that. You know what I'm saying?
You want to be mentally stimulated.
I've been explaining that to people for a long time. Like, yo, this AI music thing, I want you to know you're not supposed to stop when the AI gives you back the song.
Yeah.
That's not the case. You're supposed to turn around and give this now to an artist to perform.
Right.
And the truth is, I recognize some artists, they're not even fans of music unless they made it.
Right.
That to me is ridiculous.
It is, absolutely. Nah, I agree. I agree.
Because every artist that I know of is not a generating genius like that, right?
Right.
People, they trying to have a Prince mindset, but don't got Prince skill set.
She says, right.
Right. Prince played a ton of instruments.
Right.
And he still brought in band members to get the job done.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So Prince is different. You can't have a Prince mindset to where music is what you create and you're not Prince. And people are going into studios, like Rihanna goes into the studio, the record is halfway cut.
Already, right.
They pitching her songs. She's not going in there and we're going to create from super scratch.
And that's not, and again, that's how the industry set up. Again, everything that we are attempting to do from the vision that I have with the group of people that I lead is trying to, it's teaching, right? It's one, you got to invest in yourself. You know what I mean? So that's just, you're not gonna get anywhere. There are 133,000 songs published a day. Mm-hmm. A day. So if that's many songs, what are you dropping an album for? You don't have no fans. You're not even in the club. You're not going out to do open mics. What are you dropping an album for? Make 12 songs, month after month. Take them to the review shows. Take them everywhere you possibly can for you to be heard. Get outside of your comfort zone of just don't be a studio. Don't hibernate in the studio. If you want your music heard, you got to move beyond that point, and you got to be able to market yourself and push those tracks. If you don't, because you got no, and you have to have the right team of people around you to help you. If you're that good,
hold on, wait. You said market yourself.
Yeah,
artists don't want to market themselves.
Well, they better listen. And then you know where they're gonna be at, right on SoundCloud, right on thing with the same under 1,000 plays. That's where they're gonna be at.
They don't want to market them. Artists don't want to. Artists want to be recognized for their talent.
For their greatness.
They want you to love the song because you heard it.
Right. Yeah, that's it. Yo, and guess what? In most cases, I ain't gonna love it. And the reason I'm not gonna love it, I like it, but loving it, it's got to hit me a certain way to love a song. You know what I mean? If I hear a song and I don't put it on my playlist, then I liked it at the time I heard it, but I didn't like it enough to continue to listen to.
Let's do it. Yo, I try to explain this to artists is you haven't earned the emotional connection to the person
with anybody. No.
until you funded your own project. You have to fund the marketing. Okay?
Right.
Music is a buy-in business.
It is. Absolutely.
It's actually the most expensive buy-in business.
Absolutely.
It is cheaper to go into business selling straws. I'm serious.
Oh my God, I know it. I believe that.
It's cheaper to go into business selling straws than it is to go into business in music.
It is.
You need less equipment. Mm-hmm. You need a bunch of plastic, and you can get that recycled. You can get recycled plastic, melt it down, get the straw extruder, and make the straws and cut them into a predetermined size and put them in bags and sell straws. 100 straws, 99 cents.
Right.
Cheaper to go into the straw making business than the music business.
It is. And I think where the creator doesn't understand, most creators don't understand the business of music.
No, they don't.
They only understand the creativity of it. So if you don't understand the business of it, then you're not gonna put forth the correct effort in order to make your music, the music that you know that is really good, and you feel like you have that talent. You're not gonna go nowhere. You're gonna be a person with great talent and the most unknown great talent artist in the world, and nobody's ever gonna hear what you. In most cases, because I was like, these people that think, okay, I'm gonna put my song out there, it's just gonna go viral. Well, that's like getting struck by lightning, brother. That's not something that is gonna happen for everybody. It might happen to one or two people here and there, but that's not a thing. Like it's not. That's not a thing.
You can't even control what you go viral for.
Right. Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? At all.
I have gone viral a couple of times. Mm-hmm. And then when I recognized this, people like me to go viral being funny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what they want, right?
Yeah.
I got a video of me laughing at another video. It did 5 million views on Instagram.
Wow. So that
I didn't do nothing. I was laughing.
Forget about all the talent that you
never mind. Yo, this dude laughing is hilarious. 5 million people liked,
with hand,
commented, shared.
Where the subscribers at? Where the subscribers at? Did they come too?
I got subscribers too. That's time my Instagram got up to 40,000, and I was like.
40,000 out of 5 million is crazy, though.
40,000 subscribers. 5 million people saw it. I got 40,000 subscribers.
40,000 subscribers. The ratio is not that great, man.
It's not a good turnover.
No, it's not at all.
I mean, but in the grand scheme of things, if you look at that and say, let's take this same thing for a record. Let's say I got one single, it does 5 million. And from that, I get 40,000 real fans that rock with me. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The question becomes, how do you facilitate for the 40,000 to keep them in the room? Because you got to feed them.
You do. You got to feed them. You definitely got to feed them. And again, I think that depends on the content creator. You know what I'm saying? But to me, you have to. I don't think. I wouldn't want anybody, like, if your mission, your thought process, like mine is to help the community of artists, be heard and evaluate their music to give them a thought process and opinion on it. In that vein, I have to keep doing what I'm doing because that's the mission I'm on. If people fall off for that reason, especially if they're musicians themselves, but if they're just looking for you to laugh again, they're not going to be there because that's not necessarily.
It's not
you're not there to, yeah.
I'm not a comedian.
Right.
Now I went viral. I went viral on Red Note, and I got there. I didn't do nothing. I just said hi and this, that, and the third, and it just took off. You know what I'm saying? 50,000 followers, 50,000 likes, because I looked like a dude that they grew up watching on TV, and he was funny.
So maybe you ought to learn how to be.
I'm in the wrong business.
No,
I'm in the wrong fucking business.
You need to learn how to be a comedian.
Right? I'm like, yo, I gotta start doing comedy now.
Yeah, I mean, you learn how. You're engineer, you know, so you got to engineer your way to figure out how to be funny.
Now I go viral on TikTok, and I go viral on that, and I figured out, okay, since they want me to be funny, I'm going to be funny. I'm going to act like a weird dude. Well, not really weird, right? It's my Arabic accent to how some Arabs sound. Like when they not smart, they kind of funny. Like they got this funny Arab that they do. I do the funny Arab thing. And I was like, yo, I'm going to do that and just read the news. Because they don't, nobody gets to hear the Arab side of the news on TikTok. Right. We know the American side.
Right.
The Arab side. So I started saying, Iran wants you to know. And I would read the news. Yo, I got 10 million, 5 million, 6 million, 2 million views, 500,000, 600,000. I'm viral for what I'm viral for has
what they want. Nothing to do with what you do with
what I do.
Right. Maybe you got to start reviewing songs that way.
They come in my live all the time, and they be like, they interrupt it. Iran, do the Iran thing.
Yo, man, I'm telling you ought to review music that way one time, see how that works.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm looking at the situation, and I'm saying, yo, this is what the majority of the people want from me. This is what I actually do and get paid for, and they don't really meet.
Right.
I gotta figure that part out, how they meet.
Well, that's right. Listen, like I said, I think I had the best
start doing my reviews like that.
Usually, if you do your reviews like that, they gonna get entertained, and you get, with the same thought process you have in your head. If you can pull that off, this
I'll be a winner, right? I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. But
have news breaks in the middle of my music reviews.
Listen, man. If the things that I do are uniquely me, and again, I'm an open book. I tell. Sometimes I talk too much. When I'm on my show, it's not scripted. This is just me. Somebody might say something like, "Ooh, I had an experience like that," and I say it, and it's like, "Yo, man, oh my God, I would have told nobody that." And I'm like, "Well, it's just who I am." But
how did you start FX Radio?
Okay, so I got into the whole purpose was once we got to the point where the music plus support equals growth. That's my formula for this thing that this vision that I have. And so I was thinking, okay, a friend of mine at the time I did a show called No Gaslighting. My buddy smoked too much, drink too much, and he wanted to do podcasts. And in my head, I was like, I want to do live streaming too. Now on BandLab, there were lives on there where people brought their music. It was all in app. But my thought process at the time was, this is cool, but I'm not getting any analytics from here. I don't know who these people are. These numbers are real. Wow. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. So it's like I don't have any way to, like, we be having live people be in the chat. It'd be all night, everybody coming in, dropping the songs, whatever. That was cool. But that transition was to keep me near music, and I always knew that it was something that I wanted to try. But in my head, it was we got to move. These people are stuck in this app. Mm-hmm. They stuck here, and as long as they're here and they're getting fed what they want, what they desire is attention, which is the number one drug in America and everywhere in the world. Attention, So that their feet, they want their endorphins to be feel great about what they created. And I say, yeah, man, look, man, we have to find a way to build a bridge from here to the outside, because these people are not really taking their music anywhere. They're just here and they're publishing. And some of these people, they're publishing 3-4 tracks a day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how can you and they making them in, 30 minutes, lightning speed. So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Now, mind you, when I started realizing the EDM thing was going to work, I was like, okay, well, here, let me go to the R&B stuff. Me and my wife was going through the stuff, so I decided to write this whole album about the stuff that we're going through. And so I did that, and then everybody. That's when my popularity on the applications shot up. You know what I mean? Between that and then what the group itself, the Blacklist Together, was doing for other artists, we just became a really known quantity. So the thought process was to transition into the lives. We did the lives on there to build our audience, and then we started branching out to YouTube. Now, mind you, we didn't really commit to YouTube, though. We didn't commit to it. We were doing it in both places. But when we were doing it in both places, we started seeing that people chose to stay on the BandLab side. They would not come to the YouTube side. All right. Right. They weren't coming over. They weren't moving. They go subscribe. But when we went live, they were all over there. So I'm like, okay, this is not working. We're going to have to do something. So as time went by, me and Smoke, we split. I had another partner named Quaalude that we worked with. So I think about 2 years ago, I decided to fully commit. I built FX Nigga. I have No Gaslighting. I still have that channel. And it's got 800 subscribers. I don't use it for anything, but I'm going to revamp it into another channel as part of a strategy to help grow my to grow the audience. But coming from that, I built FX Radio Network. And then in August, August 2 years ago, BandLab started going more corporate. Now, mind you, I had committed to just staying on YouTube. I don't care what it is. I'm not going back to BandLab to do no lives. I'm not doing it. Mm-hmm. They're either going to come over here or not. So I was very adamant about it. We're not doing it. So we did that. We started in August. So come September, BandLab decided to take his lives away. That's the biggest gift they ever gave me.
Because then all the people had to come over back to YouTube.
That's the Lord. Everybody was so upset, but I was not. Because I'm like, this is the opportunity.
Here's the thing. You might have had a moment of intuition. Because earlier in this conversation, you mentioned that BandLab was full of artists trying to make fans out of artists.
Right.
So it became this cult.
Right. That's exactly the right word.
That's the right word. It became a cult, right? So we are all doing this, and we are all in this space, and we are all only communicating amongst us.
Right.
And the live stream, BandLab was actually trying to have some type of discovery to reach out to people, but it wasn't working because only the people on BandLab
on the app that's right
were connecting. And so now what you're doing is you turn around and you go, you stay on YouTube because YouTube is better discovery for video than BandLab was. And BandLab said it don't make no sense for me to have this. It's not working well. Let's cut this off.
Right. They're trying to cut off the ability. Okay, so it's a social app first. Let me put it that way. And I'm gonna tell you why. People think it's a music app. So, but okay, so it's a social app and it's a guinea pig app. BandLab is owned by it's a group that makes I can't think of the name of it right now.
They make I think it's Sonar.
It's not Sonar. It's starts with a C. Cakewalk.
Yeah,
Cakewalk. Okay, it's Sonar. Okay, yeah, I didn't know there was. Okay, yeah. So Cakewalk is that's their thing. So they're the one that put this together, right? And so I'm looking at the changes over time, and okay, they're starting to introduce more videos, and I started looking at when they did the money raises. That's what the word I was looking for earlier. I read a story about the money raises they were doing, and I'm like, oh, what is all this money for? And then it's like, oh, I know what they're doing. They're going corporate. They've got the right amount of money now to where they are able to either have their own the massive amount of servers to hold this, this music. They don't have to pay, a third party to do this stuff anymore. The app is becoming less glitchy, but they're doing more things. They're taking more things away. You know what I mean? From the social aspect, because there's a lot of arguments. Rappers want to have beefs and stuff. But it's such a toxic environment for creativity. You know what I mean? It can be. So a lot of people who do record on it, they just come to record. They don't even try to. They just come because it's socialized. No. So, but beyond that, I hate that aspect of it, and so the lives would be crazy. There's a dude on live fell asleep. Dude on live smoking a meth pipe on the live. Like, what you gonna do to me? I'm like, yo. And I mean, this is a ridiculous thing. So I think from that, and then ladies are getting pictures of genitalia from dudes, and because they allowed you to put pictures in the private chats, private DMs, so they took that away, took the lives away. So I said they're trying to shrink the communication between, other than writing, right? They're trying to make it small. You can talk to people in bands or whatever. And then they had the security algorithm that was starting to flag everything. So I was getting upset because if I'm quoting somebody's lyrics, right?
You would get
flagged, they know like you. I'm getting flagged like I said something. I'm breaking a community rule, but the song isn't. So in my head, I'm like, okay, so when are they going? This is a Singapore company, right? They're in Singapore. They don't have to. There's no protections on BandLab as far as music is concerned, as far as the copyrighted information. So this is one of the places where you can damn near do anything. You don't have to have the mechanical license to cover songs or nothing like that. You just do what you want, right? And so with lack of protections for artists. Matter of fact, I had an entire album taken by somebody and published on Spotify. Yeah, whole project of mine. They ain't changed nothing. All they did was upload the tracks and put them on there in my name. Now, mind you, I didn't publish a lot of my music anyway because I really was using them for reference track. I was taking them so that BandLab was also a place for me to take my music, right, and then be able to go to a producer and say, show them that there's an interest in this track, number-wise. You know what I mean? Even though I knew the numbers were fluffy, they don't know that. But they don't know that. So if I got 5,000-6,000 plays and 200-300 likes on a particular track, and I'm trying to sell that track to a producer for another artist, it's just a reference track for me. So I left them there instead of publishing. I didn't want to do that. And I did protect myself with my publishing, my lyrics and all that, but I just happened to hear, I have an iPhone. I don't know if you have one. I have an iPhone. So I was texting somebody that I was listening to one of my songs, and I was going to screen record a portion of the song, right? So I could send it to them. So instead of pushing screen record, I push the S for Shazam. I always confuse them and think it's for screen record. It's for Shazam.
So you Shazam my own song.
I said, and it popped up. I said, wait a minute.
I didn't put this out.
No. And then who is this nigga? Like, I was like, yo. So I look up his name. And, when you publish a song on all platforms, you got to use part of your real name. So I found this dude on Facebook, and he's celebrating his birthday, his grandma, and all these other people on it to talk about, the album sounds great and all this other stuff, blah, 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 blah. Said, that ain't his. That's mine. And so, mind you, I have the link to the album inside BandLab. So I'm just posting a link in there. I'm glad you like my music. I said, yo, grandma, I know you love your baby's music, but it's not his. He's a thief. So I'm going to and then I told my audience, and they just flooded. This was internet bullying at its best. They flooded this dude's thing to the point where by the time that next day came around, it was off every platform. It was a pressure campaign. I felt like somebody stole one of my kids.
Yeah. That's what it felt like. Well, that's what it would feel like because you sat there, you made this thing.
Yeah.
You created it,
Right,
and
right.
he just he heard it.
He heard it.
Say, yo, this sound like me.
Mm-mm.
I wish I had this. This need to be me. And instead of contacting you to take the collection and cover it, right? That's what you're supposed to do, people.
Then he tried to lie to me. That's what I hated. He was lying to me. Oh my! I recorded those songs. No, you didn't. You didn't take my MS Effects music tag out of it. Fuck you mean? Well, the producer that gave it to me, I recorded. No, you did. You didn't. You changed nothing. There's nothing changed in these tracks. And one of the tracks you published was just a cover song that I happened to do. It ain't even mine. What are you doing?
So he not only stole your song,
he stole Giveon song too.
He stole Giveon too.
I said, boy. You ain't do you even know music? Can you even sing? Like, yo, and I said, look, man, I need you to take this music down. This is mine. I said, I don't appreciate it. Like, yo, man, like, I mean, these are reference tracks. If you want to negotiate something, I'd be happy to do that. But you can't just take my work and then publish it and act like it's yours. Man, I did a whole live on this nigga. I put his name on there. I did it. Yo, man, I'm talking about, you going to get the most embarrassment. And I don't have a big crowd, but I got enough people to piss you off. I got enough people to make you understand how serious this is.
Yeah.
This is serious, bro. And so, and again, I always joke with everybody else, like, yo, man, y'all, I'm so dope. Niggas is steal my music.
I can tell you, I know like your crowd because I'm in the chat, right? Over on Instagram. Your chat, stay active. That thing it forced me to turn off my notifications. I don't be getting notifications. I didn't get notifications like that since I went viral. You know what I'm saying? Your chat, your community, they be in there talking.
Yeah, they are. And I'm still. It's so much I don't understand about all of this. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't even segmented my show. I haven't even. I developed a marketing plan for it, but until I segment it and I have the right team of people, it doesn't make any sense to expand the show other than natural growth, right? It just, to me, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I know where I'm headed, right? I understand my thought process, and I know I absolutely know that what I'm doing can work and will work. And my end goal is, hopefully have proof of concept to where I can get independent only show on iHeart. They do certain things. Yeah. They cater to them on certain nights and whatever. Mm-hmm. But I want it to be purely independent. XM Satellite Radio. That is where I'm headed. But I know it's a lot of organization has to be put into place for that to happen. But
you might have to do a little more research. You know what I'm saying? About the structure of that.
Right. Well, the biggest part of it is the music licensing of other people's stuff. That's the biggest issue I've seen. And that is why they don't cater to them. But
and the reason and I'm gonna tell you, because here's my advice, because this is probably the only piece of advice I'm gonna give on this live. It's because when you're working with independent artists, I'm gonna tell you, 90% of their business is just hot slop.
Right, exactly. And again, but they are talking to another dude that's in the XM Satellite Radio range. Is tracks can be accepted if they've only been published by major distributors. So that's the key, right? Mm-hmm. So you can't just bring me anything. It has to be a link from Spotify, Apple. It has to have that protection for the entity that's allowing me to have the show. So if they've been published, I'm not gonna take some new track you just made. No, we're not playing it. And that's what I have to start doing on my YouTube page too, because I was trying to tell the Band Lab folks as we build this thing and continue to try to build it, it's a marketing piece for a next phase. Yes. And the next phase, so this is the marketing piece for artists that I'm close to and for other artists, but the marketing piece is for the next phase. The next phase of this journey is, which is why I've been traveling. I've been friends on the phone, in people's personal lives. They've been in mine for 6 years, and I've not met any of them. But I started meeting them this year. So I've gone to Tampa. I've gone to Atlanta. I'm going to Cleveland next in August, and then from there to California and some other places. So I'm going to the people that I've known for a number of years to see what their thought process is. Understand that the same relationship we have on the phone, we have in person, and then from there, I'm gonna do an event in Austin, Texas, and then we're gonna also try to get booked in with the the race they have at South by Southwest in Austin, where they let a bunch of performers come in and you can get your placements and perform and da. What I realize is a lot of these people haven't performed before.
Oh yeah, most of the artists.
They don't have.
This is what I mean. But most of the artists' business is just hot spot because they never been on it. A lot of them, they only been in the bedroom, rolling around with their Focusrites and the microphone. They ain't never been on nobody's stage nowhere. And I have to tell them in my live, I'm telling them, yo, right now in this AI world, all of you bedroom artists and bedroom producers, you cooked.
Yeah,
you cooked.
You're done.
Unless you're gonna go outside and be at events. And
that's my number one. So for the group that I'm attached to, for these artists, I'm offering an opportunity by putting on a showcase, and I'm making it to the point where all they got to do is show up. Now, mind you, even the travel, I'm covering. The room, I'm covering. Buy your food when you get there. It's 2 days. Just show up. That's it.
Okay.
So from that standpoint, if the people that pull up, my part of what else I want to do is a small indie label or just at least a talent management component, right? To build a relationship with the artists, so that they know if I get them a gig, I know that they'll be in their area, not outside, in their area, make it very convenient. I have a lot, being a DJ, I have a lot of contacts of a lot of people still to this day who are promoters, who are club owners in major cities. And so I want to effectively use whatever little bit I have, right, to help an artist, continue to grow.
Hold on 1 minute.
Yeah, you're good. That's
so
funny.
Now that we back,
yeah.
All right. So where did we leave off?
I think I was talking about. Hell, I don't remember. I don't remember. I was like, yo, man, I died.
No,
really, I know.
We were talking about your end game is to get your own show radio.
Yeah. Right, and I had said that. I think I was saying that the possibility of that. I know because of how the industry is and how it works, it would have to be a published track. Usually, those published tracks for many of those places go through a process, and in that process, it would allow it to be played on air type thing.
You may have to. This might be a suggestion to you. You may have to set up You may have to set up like a vetting system.
Right. I definitely would. No, I definitely would, because it wouldn't be just me taking the specific link, right? I would have a system in place to where tracks would be submitted, and the tracks from the day before that were submitted, those number of tracks for that, whatever that particular number is that we pick, that's what they'll be picked out of that rotation of what's submitted before that show. So everybody gonna know if I have whatever they submitted to Nero has been vetted, and those are the tracks I'm gonna play for this particular show.
That might be the thing, because again,
and we would give each person like on air dates. So every time I did,
you would know well in advance
that your track is going to be played on this particular day.
So,
obviously, I'm not going to get them all in on the same day,
right?
In this type of format, because the show is going to be still segmented and more. Right. It's going to be a segmented show. It's still entertainment, So other than just listening to your music, it's still entertainment. So, but again, it's just the proof of concept. And again, like for the YouTube space, though, you can, these people need equipment, from they need microphones, they need cables, they need all kinds of things. So being able to find sponsorships for independent artists probably to me seems like a very easy thing to do, because I know a lot of people at some point, they're like, oh man, I can't just make this track with my mobile with a iPhone cord like this. They like, I don't even know how they do that, bro. Listen, I have no idea how Jalen Walker at one point has made some of the, obviously not studio quality, but as far as creating such beautiful music, there's a love there to understand how to use this app to make something on your phone. I never recorded on my phone before. I still haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To Jalen Walker's credit, he is on my playlist.
Yeah. He
did a song, Love is a message or something like that, or something like that. No, he has Blame Me. He's got pull it. It's a song with this girl named Yana. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, he's super talented. Comes in my live from time to time. Yo.
Mm-hmm. And Martin Hills, like I know all you people. Yeah. Martin Hills. That's my dude. But
Martin Hills, aka Virtual Dark.
Yeah. Cause I say, hey man, you guys. So I tell them, don't come into live with your gaming shit. You are marketing yourself and coming here with your gaming. It makes no sense to me. Like, don't do that. That makes no sense.
I find that hilarious. Like, so many artists, right? I tell artists the same thing, because I got caught like this too. Like, when I went into the military and came out of the military, and from that came overseas. Well, started coming overseas, because I was doing on my road to self-discovery, right? I want to know my history, my tribe, my peoples. I don't want to be my culture lost in Americanisms. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Gotcha.
So I came back to do this little discovery thing. Man, I got back. I had 3 different emails. 4, because you have your military email. I had 4 different emails, 5 different aliases on 8 different pages. I had to
uniform.
I had to refigure out the internet and then uniform down, right?
Right.
And then in uniforming down, right, I started creating a plan. You know how you start constructing? I start constructing. All right.
Yeah.
This for the community. The community is this. This is
right.
This is me. This gonna be for business. And
No, I get it.
Then I had to deconstruct the construction, and I had to deconstruct it again. And now I've come down and I'm consolidating things into just this app, right? So we're on Studio Com's podcast, right?
Right.
And I'm the host, Musa, right?
Right.
The Musa and Kai show that I do with my wife with the music reviews, that is under the Studio Com's umbrella.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
we use Studio Com's because I'm the founder.
You're the new Patreon. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm the new Patreon. So I'm like, I had to like, once I got my head around how to properly market and streamline myself, then I had to like deconstruct all of this construction and just let stuff kind of move out of my way and link everything together.
Yeah.
So my live reviews is still connected to the Culture Syndicate because that's where I built the community. Everybody on the Culture Syndicate Discord, when I go live, they get that announcement and they start to come into the live stream. So I started to pinpoint how stuff actually works. Patreon itself is a freaking mystery.
Yeah.
Because everybody on Patreon is on YouTube.
Right.
But they put all the exclusive content
on Patreon.
On Patreon. And I'm like, okay, so
they collecting checks though.
They are. They are collecting checks because they own the community. Right?
Right.
And I said, my problem is I have a real hard problem of getting people to start going into Patreon, and everybody will tell you to build your Patreon up. It takes a long time, and you really have to be real strong in YouTube to really facilitate Patreon. Really facilitate it.
Or you have to have some name recognition, and you good. You know, if you Ray J, you can start wherever you want to.
And you pull your people over.
Right.
But I was like, yo, the problem is there's too much friction for the micro artist, the small, the tiny guy.
To grow. Yeah.
The guy that starts today. Yeah, I eliminated all of that with this app.
Yeah. No,
because it works alongside YouTube.
Right. No.
If I wanted, this could have been our YouTube live stream. This could have been a paying interview both ways, right? Right? I could be paying you, or you could be an artist paying me for exposure, for whatever, how my business is set up.
Right.
It works both ways, and it works alongside YouTube. So I decided to take a different route rather than pull people into a new app like a YouTube, like a Patreon.
Yeah, you don't have to bring your crowd here. Your crowd's where they are.
Let them stay over there.
Yeah, you're just casting from,
Now you're going to all you have to do is put this in the middle, and you have your money-making machine in your signal flow. And that's what it was. I began to understand signal flow. You know what I'm saying? And for you seem to be breaking down the same thing. Like, yo, there's a path to doing this radio thing. It's about signal flow. You want to throw an event. Throwing an event with us is simple. It's super duper simple because the signal flow. Here, sign up, get you on here, and let's get your signal flow right. And you could throw 1,000 events. You could throw a whole tour. It's easy. And once you get that in your signal flow and you do your first event, you learn from it, you make a couple of switches to how you want to tailor it up. Right.
Deconstruct that construction.
You start out with a construction, you're going to have to deconstruct the construction.
Absolutely. No, that's how it is. I know that for me, like I said, this has been a great sacrifice. You know what I mean? Like I'm blessed and fortunate enough that in my time in healthcare IT that, I made the dollars and was able to, I could do this full time. But, and it does take a full time mindset. I typically do 2 lives a day, 3 hours a piece. Typically. Now I cut back a little bit because the summertime kids are out of school. I have 10 kids. So they're not all in the house, but from 26 to age 3. So and a grandson. So I got a lot of things I can be doing my time right now. You know what I mean? Like I do. So
yeah, you're busy.
I got a big tribe myself. These people don't understand. I built relationships with people. you know. And yes, there's components of it where, which I told them too, like, you know, we can do something, but some of y'all are 35 and, you know, we're not young, we got kids, we got families. So it has to be the right opportunity. It has to make sense. You know,
right.
It has to make sense. And so doing from that and then you're putting together, curating a sync library, those different kind of things to try to help those people that are not performers. They just make music, right?
Right.
And so they make music, and again, curating those tracks, you know, building that library is one of the next major tasks in the second phase as we try to kind of determine where we want to go ultimately with it, and then bringing all the artists. The indie label is not about the label; it's about the artist. And that's my mindset. You know,
right.
Indie label is not a label. I'm not trying to be Murder Inc. I'm trying to figure out ways to help that person grow. Yes, I'm going to be benefit from it, but at the same time, it's about you. It's not about
right.
me.
The indie label is about breaking and breakthrough, right? You
right.
have
it's like what the DJ does. What the DJ
used to do.
Still breaking artists used to do. Breaking artists. That is the indie label now. That's about exact process.
So the indie label is figuring out, okay, how do I break this artist and how do I get this song to break through so that we can have the revenue begin to come back. Yo, right, I did an interview with one of Drake's producers, like on this podcast, Sharif on the beat, and he was telling me, you know what I'm saying? Yo, he got this thing with Drake. The song is out. He got the credits. Yo, he's not getting paid till November 2027.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, let me tell you something. I hate the industry. Like, it is so horrible. Like, to me, it is it puts a stain on music. First of all, I said, why? I look at people like La Russell, right? You know, this is a man who he covered his region and his state. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's taking some time, but this man, you know, he did get the Roc Nation distribution deal recently. So, but looking at it, he did it with his own terms. If you're gonna do something like this, you got to set the table. So when they come to you, see, the label is the bank.
Right.
That's the bank. That's all they are. They giving you a loan for your talent. Niggas take the money and go flip it, some drugs or something. I mean, because they don't understand. They go buy a bunch of shit, and you still got to record. You still got to pay for your recording, your studio time, all this other stuff. And yo, man, and it becomes one of them things. And now you are a slave to a system because you owe.
Guess what? And if you're a producer on that artist's album, you don't get paid till after the label recoups. Right.
That's exactly right. And you look at it, like, I watched that Diddy special, whatever that stuff was on Netflix. Think about, you know, whatever it was called. Yo, that producer on there who helped him get that Love album, I think it was, it had Grammy Award with it. That man still ain't got no money. P. Diddy at that time had $1 billion. You can't pay this man his money. That's the kind of stuff that makes no sense to me. Like I don't understand that type. I don't understand that type of stuff.
I do, because I know what's going on behind the scenes. So here's what happens: but all the bill that is strapped to the artist, okay? All the bill is strapped to the artist's percentage, whatever that is, right? So if you have 80-20 and the artist is getting 20% because the label is financing 100%, that artist now from 20% has to pay back 100% of the bill.
Right.
Which means whatever this album makes, that the label's going to collect it gross, separate their 80% from the gross. Keep the 80%, say, this is my portion. Go to the artist's 20% and say, this towards your bill.
And now this bill can never be paid because this artist will never generate enough.
I get that part. That's the part I get. What I'm saying about it is,
I'm gonna show you the other part of this.
Yeah.
I was just setting that up for the viewers. So
Okay,
now, here's the other part. This label in its setup, I don't care who the label is. That label is also set up in the same type of machine.
Absolutely.
So the money from the money that the label makes is going out the door.
Right.
There's a back door. Now that door, when there's a legal situation, that door swings open, a check comes out to keep business running.
Right.
But it better be a legal situation in which they can see themselves losing and the check comes flying out. But the moment that check flies out, the door closes and the money keeps going back out that back door.
Yep.
That's the real deal. So when you see these labels, understand, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, they sell the artists on the when your royalties start coming in. Yeah, well, you still paying bills. And again, the biggest place if good enough, if that you have the fan backing, where you making your money is touring.
Yo,
and you gotta do a lot of it. And
I tell artists the same thing. You talk about building fan backing. You can't build fan backing. You don't know who your fans are.
Right. Absolutely, that is true. That's true.
You don't own your following on social media until you can collect that metadata. You don't own your following.
Yeah.
You don't. Record labels. You didn't own your following or your fans signed to a label because all the data that came into the later comes to them.
Right. That's brother.
Your followers, your fans, your people on Spotify, you don't know these people.
That's why I said you have to set the table. As an independent artist, you got to set the table. That means you got to put the infrastructure in yourself.
Whoa, wait, hold on, wait. Did you say that big fancy word? What's that big fancy word again?
I did. I said it. I said that. I said you have to put the infrastructure in yourself.
Infrastructure.
Right. You have to have everything built for yourself so that you already know who your fan base is. You got analytics from YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. So you already know who your people are.
So the problem is we be lacking infrastructure.
All the time, in every freaking way.
And that's why this is what it is. This is why I was talking to you today, right? Picking your brain so that not only we helping artists, but we helping our people, because we finally have one solid piece of infrastructure. We have something we could use to start to get ourselves together,
right,
in business and in every other kind of way to make a move and start building up infrastructure. Right. I said this, what's the infrastructure on a ticketed event? You need box office, you need gate management, right? And you have to have zone security, okay?
Right.
So whether it's the green room, the stage, general admission, VIP areas, you need to have that type of infrastructure. Where do you get that infrastructure? You think it shows up at the event?
No, it does not.
Does it show up? Is it automatically built into the location?
It might be, depending on location. It might be, but you're gonna charge a fee for it.
Hold on. So now there's a fee to pay for the same infrastructure. Right. So when you start looking at it and you say, well, this place already has, they've been doing this for a while. They got event history, so I could just use it like this. I promise you that infrastructure that you're paying for, somebody got their hand in that cookie jar.
Oh, of course they do.
Right there.
Yeah.
They know you need it, and they got their hand right there.
Absolutely.
So when I built this app, I built it for you to know what the infrastructure is, and for you to have your hand in your own jar.
Right. right. Yeah.
Before everybody else, so that you can actually pay them.
There you go.
According to your terms.
Terms, right. Absolutely. No, I get it. No, makes perfect sense.
You see how that works? So now, when I made this app, and it was the hardest thing to explain to people that this app was infrastructure. And how an artist needs it. That was hard. And I need people like you to express what the problem is. And you just did.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get the concept. I'm not green and I ain't slow. But some people call me turtle. But
I invited you on this because you're actually brilliant, right? You're one of those silent minds that knows how to move. You know how to move people, and you've got traction. You've got community. You've got things in motion, right? You're able to do this full time, and a lot of people don't even know how to make the full time transition, right? And I met you and your wife, of course, through my live stream, my live reviews,
right.
And I have been on your show a couple times. You've been on my show, and it's love. It's really a real network, and that real network. I was like, yo, I have to solve. There is a problem I have, but instead of me solving it for me, if I solve it for me, then I know it could be something that could be solved for everybody else.
Everybody else, right? True indeed.
And the truth of the matter is, I don't expect the artist to get it. I'm looking for if the leaders of the community, the ones that's really masterminding how to get from one step to the other, if they could get it. And when you started mentioning things and you started saying it, I was like, boom, let me highlight this, because the artist needs to know how to set their terms, and it begins with infrastructure. You got to have control so that you stop leaking money. How many times have I paid for advertisement and didn't get no return?
Yo, listen, but not just advertising, but even setting up Shopify. Yo, man,
Shopify is in your pocket before you make a sale.
I haven't used it once. They still taking $44 for your month. I'm not even talking about from the artist side. My music, I'm really curating I'm curating my own music first for the Sync Library, and then I'm inviting artists for it once I see that I can make it work, right? So I'm the guinea pig for the Sync Library. So, but it's a wonderful way to possibly generate some income, even on the low end, even in the Tubi movie production type stuff. But again, like you said, that stupid ass AI shit is making motherfuckers go, oh,
I can do this.
I just make a song about the movie and I just use this because it's free. I ain't paying nobody for this shit.
Yo, listen. The whole world owes Milli Vanilli an apology.
They do. Absolutely.
The whole world.
Oh, absolutely.
They have to give Milli Vanilli the award.
They got to give. Absolutely. They got to give it back. You got to get that Grammy back.
Everybody who touches AI music has become Milli Vanilli.
Yo, absolutely. And again, that is absolutely true, bro. They need their Grammy back. That's what they need. They need their Academy.
You gotta go give it back to them.
Yeah, you got to, because again, that's what, and it's not even that. Hell, at least they were singing a real nigga song. Like they were singing real people's music. They were lip syncing it. But and again, I telling somebody this. Okay, so let me ask you a question. They have the voice models, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, I haven't gone in and try to use it or understand it. people think because I'm so dope that, oh, you AI. No, nigga, I just know how to make music. I got 25 years experience. You've been doing this for a couple years, and you 25, I'm 46. I know what I'm doing. You still learning aspects of it. You don't know the difference between a format shift and a pitch shift. So, just try to understand that I absolutely know exactly what I'm doing. But they have the voice models, right? If a track blows up, who owns it? Who owns it?
That's a good question. Who? Now, I told people this.
Who owns it?
I say, yo, once you put it in AI, I want you to know this right now. They letting everybody make whatever and do whatever, and they're celebrating.
Let one of those things take off. Then which they gonna be coming like this? Yo, man, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, okay, you use it. You wrote this dope-ass song. You published it.
No, here's the question. Because it becomes, how much of the song did you actually write?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then on the other side, you look at people like Timberland. You signed an AI artist?
Nah, let me tell you what Timberland signed. Timberland signed an AI promotion deal.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, if you take a look at it, right? He's saying he's signing an AI artist, and then all of a sudden he has the artist, and she can actually sing and perform the material, and then he's doing this. And then when you confront him about the AI and what AI could do or whatever, he always asking everybody, okay, when you see him really working behind the scenes, where's the AI? What AI? And he's still doing what he does. The bottom line is, all right, the AI company, they needed a spokesperson.
Right, so they put money in his pocket.
Timberland needs a check.
Okay, so they put money in his pocket. Again, they could probably use her in one of their voice models, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's still a valid singer. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
See what I'm saying? Or he's
just playing both ends of the toe because
right. He'll take AI. He'll get AI to reproduce a song or reproduce something to get a new idea, and then use that idea and do it himself.
Like a reference track. Like a reference. Yeah.
So that's his whole thing. Now it took me a little minute to figure it out. Mm-hmm. But I figured it out because I'm like, Timberland can still produce. He was producing from scratch anyway.
It's disturbing to me. It's still disturbing because you're making it.
It's disturbing you because you know it's not on brand.
Right. How much money do you want? That's my whole thing. Like, is that good money? Like, is that good money?
That's the question. Is it good money? But what happens is, with the state that the industry is in, just think about it. What would possess every major artist from back in the day to be on tour right now? Do you think that they're on tour because people just called them and decided to bring them back?
No. They need money. They need money.
They need money, and we are in an age where nostalgia has a market, has a niche.
It does. It does.
So there's a time when those same artists couldn't sell out a club because they had, quote unquote, fallen off because of an industry gatekeeper. They didn't want to support a project or blah, blah, blah. Now with TikTok, it ain't about the gatekeeper. The algorithm is the gatekeeper.
Right.
And the fans that did like them and do want to see them again are back out buying tickets. So it's a game changer. But what this has done is it has actually created a ceiling for new artists to break through.
Right.
We haven't had a new breakout artist in 2 summers.
Right.
What's the new hit song from the new breakout artist last summer? This summer? What's the song?
You know what? Let me be real with you. I don't even listen to the radio. I don't listen to the radio though.
See, so now we come to the new problem is we have to create the new model for breaking, and the new model from breaking is right now it's in the hands of you, FX Radio Network, and
right now
the Musa and Kaya music review shows. It's
and
in
everybody
our
else.
hands.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
And what happens is we're discovering that we lack infrastructure.
Yeah.
We're discovering it as the leaders.
The biggest piece, though, is we need to have a way, and again, this is why I'm starting this library, to curate music ourselves.
So now you're talking about we have to have our own music curation. So you're talking about, again, infrastructure. So now you're talking about there's a person who can sit down and actually curate good music, right? Music curation, that goes all the way back to where we started, like when you were DJing and knowing the songs to move a room.
Right.
So now we have to create our own curators.
Right, and that's important. And I think for the majority of us, the next system you need to build
is curation.
Which is curation, because if all of us live streamers, right? All of it, if we had a network of live streamers, so the people that do what we do all the time, and we were able to come together and be able to put these specific tracks in a place.
So now we need you have to have it's curation and tastemaking. So now we have to have curators and tastemakers, and that's a decision that it has to be a human decision.
Right.
And the problem is, and the problem always has been, the human in the situation.
Right.
Because once people find out that you're the curator, you're the tastemaker, somebody wants to buy in. Once you find out that you're the tastemaker, you're the curator, somebody wants to bribe in. Okay, I don't got money, but surely there's something that you enjoy that I could provide.
But this is why you always have a process, other than just.
I would just tell you, this is human.
No, I know, I get it. No, I get it. I get exactly what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying. Again, but you got to buy 3 people. You just got to buy one. So in that instance, to me, if it's a process that involves 3 people approving something, make it, you agree, I agree.
Yeah.
That eliminates some of it. Don't mean that all 3 of them can't be bought.
Yeah, they can. There's enough bread, you're gonna get through the dough. But that does make that does make a point to where you could if you have it does need to be that's a good thing. And what you just expressed, that the curation should be part of a process. And the process needs to be kind of abstract. And when I say that, I don't have a better word for it, but if you have 5 designated people and everybody knows that 5 designations,
you won't know the other. You won't know if it's 3 people. You won't know at least the one person. You might know the 2, but you don't know the 1.
Yeah, there's one you don't know.
Yeah, you have no idea who that person is. Absolutely.
Yeah, so there has to be some type of abstraction, and that way you kind of getting the cream of the crop to where it has to be a way that talent is guaranteed to get through. Right.
Not favor.
Right. It has to. There has to be 3 ways in. Okay, and this is just you have to know. There has to be talent, a door for talent. Then there has to be a door for whatever the people just kick down and then just throw in there. Right. That's where you get your 50 Tysons and your Ice JJ Fish.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The guy, why you always lying with the shirt? You know what I'm saying? It's the people stuff. So there has to be a talent door. There has to be a people door.
CD mask on. I performed. That's crazy. This is before the YouTube and everything was being recorded type stuff. Every move you make, but the experience itself was crazy. But I'm in this cloak and I got this hood over with the LCD mask and it's just lighting up and shit, and I mean I didn't get I was trying to pull it off and I threw up all over my equipment.
Woo!
So after I did that, I wish they had recorded that. I wish I had recorded that thing. Yo, it was one of the best performances of my life. Because something just kicked into me. Bow, get this. And I just went for it. I'm over here mixing shit and doing, I'm doing this shit. I feel like it was an out-of-body experience. I'm doing this.
You know what happens? I know that moment. So, here's the thing, right? You done worked up and prepped for this, and here's the moment, and it's all that you wanted. And the worst that could happen
has already happened.
Now
that muscle memory kicks in.
Now you just, I'm here. I'm just gonna just do it, and doing it.
I'm over here beat matching. I'm rocking. I'm doing it with vomit all over the fucking equipment. I'm going for it. And it was a dope experience. So I always tell people from that experience is like, no matter how bad something is, it can, what's worse than being in front of 20,000 people throwing up, and then you already 3 minutes off your stage time. You have an hour set. This is my hour set. I'm 3 minutes into it. I ain't done shit. You ain't played a song. Total a festival, totally quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It really snatched me off the stage and bring somebody else on. You know what I mean? Man. But it turned out to be one of the dopest things I've ever experienced and done. And it came with booze, left with loud cheers and applause, and so.
Yo,
that's different.
Listening to that, a lot of people are like that. Like people who win. I've seen people win a race. They start the race, they somehow trip and fall, get up,
still get up,
and win because they running from the embarrassment. So they just want to hurry up and finish the race and get off the track. Right? They don't want to be on the track anymore. And win.
Me, listen. I really felt like, okay. I mean, when I go back and reflect on it, even every time I've told this story, I knew I belonged there. Yeah. I had put the work in. I belonged there, and I had to make sure everybody knew, regardless of how the start was, that when I finish this, you're gonna remember who I am, and you're gonna say that dude belongs there, and that's what it was, man.
That's dope, man. So tell everybody what's some of the stuff you got that you're building that you got coming up. So you mentioned a showcase, but
right.
Let's elaborate on all the stuff you got coming.
Okay, so we have one guy. His name's The Most Hated. He's a rapper, a writer, very strong lyrically, and he has a Discord group called Hater Nation, and I'm a big part of that. He's become a friend. I met him in Tampa, and what's crazy is like I told you, that social application is very toxic. Mm-hmm. So in the beginning of the relationship of me and this guy and the people that are in this group, this was one of conflict. Mm-hmm. It was one of, I'm doing lives that come in and terrorize the live and talk noise in the live and disruptive, that kind of thing. Based on what another person had told them about me. They don't know me from Sam, but they just, dude said, hey, that's that dude, he this, he's that, da, 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 da. And they just attack from that standpoint, because in this application of BandLab, when you get there, whoever you attach yourself to, that's where your loyalty lies type thought process. So that's why I said, but anyway, so we have a beautiful friendship and support that was born out of conflict. And you know, and that's what the most beautiful thing is. Who my biggest haters or biggest issues that I've had as I've tried to build this thing became my closest friends. And now he's on a journey to try to make that push to really do something with his music, and I believe in him. I do. I believe in him, and you know, he has the support from very many people. So you know, I'm part of his team when it comes to that. And so he had gone on Who's Fire, the podcast, the one that won Take Timmy won, and he was in the qualifier. Now, mind you, we are a big support group. So when it came down to, you know, they had the you can do the credits for the placements and all that type of, you know, you can help support your artists by putting money into it or whatever to, you know, move them up the list and have them in the bracket. So, you know, we all supported. We from money to one dude gave probably damn near $500. So I put 100 in, and I'm looking at, you know, I was going, whatever got him to the top, that's what we were going to do. You know, so he's in the high bracket qualifier. So now, mind you, he's talked to the people over at Who's Fire and everything. He had a conversation with them. The guy wanted to mix down one of his tracks that he had, so he did a live mix down of his track on TikTok and all this other stuff. So he has some familiarity with it. We talked to him on Discord, you know. But when he gets to his round, when it's time for his bracket, it felt like he intentionally mispronounced the dude's name. Like he said, who y'all want to hear first? I can't remember the other guy's name. This guy or the most hated. He said like the most hated. So why you mispronounce this dude's name like this? Like, cause it give you it almost makes like, you know, disinterest. You know what I mean? Like he was disinterested. It felt like it affected me in a way. Like that just seemed like a snub. We done brought all our people in here. We're supporting this dude, and then we get to the judging, and the judge says, "Yeah, both guys are from, you know, I know this dude. One guy's from Florida, so I kind of have a bias there." And then, you know, Most Hated has a wild way of saying things in his track, but if you listen closely to the lyrical content, you understand why he said a certain line, why a certain line was delivered that way, because he's a very strong writer, right? So it always has a purpose. But long story short, this guy says, well, one guy said they were going to go with the other guy, and the other guy was still on the fence about it. He seemed like he was, but then he said, because I don't know him, I'm going to go with this guy. And I'm like, wait a minute. Are we in a competition for who's the best rapper because you don't know him? Like, that felt like, yo, is this the way we're judging? Is because I don't know him, I'm gonna go with this guy type stuff. I know him, so I'm gonna go with him. So I thought, and this is for the qualifier, right? So I'm like, that's crazy. And in the previous round of the qualifiers, it got to a point where the dude's kind of on the fence, so they decided to do an audience poll to see who won. So I'm like, yo, if you're gonna do one of these competitions, I think the rules have to be specific and they have to be consistent, right? And there have to be a baseline of what you're judging on, and it can't be because I know him. So I decided, me and this wonderful beat producer named Maddie Baby, we say we ought to do our own competition, just for the heck of it. You know, it's a branding exercise for Hater Nation. I've been even putting my FX Radio Discord, building it up to focusing on pushing, because I believe in it. You know what I mean? And I don't do nothing in my Discord right now anyway. So, and it's a component I'm going to rebuild and reshape at some point. But we you know, I'm saying, hey, if you want to be part of Hater Nation, blah, 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 the link will be in the chat. You know, I'm pushing him and what he's doing so that when he drops something, he has a base of support for his music if he drops something on all platforms. And that's really the biggest issue for creators is if you don't have a base of support, how do you get the track in the algorithm? How do you support the track so that for YouTube or whatever, that they can get the algorithm so its placement can be done, right? And YouTube has that capability. So I thought, okay, so what can we do? I know what we'll do. first we'll do the rap battle, and we'll do, because there's something I want to do anyway. We'll do that Hater Nation rap battle. He's not a part of it; he's a judge for it. But so it's not like we doing this so he can win something. So it's not one of them type things. It's just something that we want to do, try, and it's a great promotion tool for him as he was getting ready to do an album. But he did finally admit and listen to me hearing it from another producer who's produced some very great engineer that is engineered some great tracks for people who have had some success in the music business. Told him, why would you do that? Well, you don't have a base, so why don't you just push one that you got 13 tracks, push a track a month, make content off of each track, blah blah blah, and go from there. Push those tracks that way. And I had told him that a long time ago because I never understood why anybody want to release an album on all platforms. You don't have a base of support. But when I went to Florida, he did a video for one of his tracks that was going to go on the album. So I put the contest together, number one, to keep everybody aware that the album was going to be coming out, and just to keep everything, of our crowd, of our people. Because even if just our people supported on this initial release, that might just be enough to make it relevant, right? Especially on the YouTube side, in which you can use the hype points and all that kind of stuff. So, so we did that, and then we're going to do the open verse challenge for him. And part of the rules are, number one, you have to subscribe to his Instagram, blah, blah, if you want to enter the contest for the open verse challenge. And then the other thing is I wasn't going to announce the winner of the open verse challenge until after United Masters dropped it at 12 o'clock that night. So now I got you. I need you, audience, before I make this announcement, know who won the prizes that we're making available, which $1,000 worth of prizes, cash prizes, is great. We're using that $1,000 that we're giving away as a marketing budget, right? So that's just marketing money. But we're using the audience and the people who participated in the competition to go support that track immediately when it's dropped. So hit them hype points and move it so it at least has a chance. That's the only thing I can come up with, not having any baseline for anything else. Yeah, you got to continue to work and put the work into making sure that track makes it, take it to wherever it needs to go to be listened to. But now you got a base, you have a base of support to give it an initial push. You know what I mean? Because if you put something out on and one or two people like it, what's it gonna do? So between the title description, the tags, and all the other factors that the algorithm looks at, everything I do now is I look at it from an algorithmic driven standpoint.
Right. It seems like you also know a lot of benchmarks.
I do, and I'm learning them, just like I did on BandLab. Right. They are a lot more complicated though on this side. When you have a billion plus people on an application, obviously they've done some things, but that algorithm has triggers just like everything else has a trigger. And triggers doesn't mean that it blows up. Trigger means placement, right? So if you can get it in front of somebody's face, then it has a better opportunity of being heard, accepted, gravitated to, or whatever. And it's the same thought process I have.
Okay, placement. So when it comes to placement, right? So like, are you able with your community to mobilize them outside of music as well?
Well, we haven't got there yet. Well, I told you what they did when they found out my tracks got stolen. So they mobilized and went to Facebook to let a motherfucker know that's not their music. So and again, it's still hundreds of people, but at the same time, it's effective in that particular instance. And yes, it had to do with music. But again, they're all artists, all creators. And my whole thought process, the reason why I think we have a biggest problem sometimes is support is actually free. It doesn't take you much to like somebody's Instagram post or repost it or I'm an older person that's not, I have to understand what I'm doing, but I'm not a person that consumes social media. I don't consume it. Right. I don't consume it, which is why I would have to have, which I'm going to use in the future. For me, we have a radio television school at University of North Texas. It's down the street from where I live. and I'm gonna use their internship program to help find these young kids who need to do something to intern for the summertime for different things in a field like this, to use their learning, what they've learned so far, and the fact that most of these kids, they grew up into this stuff, so they already have a baseline of understanding because they've grown up in it. Now all they're doing is learning how to look deeper into the subject matter, like social media directors and people like that, understanding how to move the content, understanding how to post the content, and how to attract the algorithms in order to make them work correctly, make your content have the best possibility to move up in the chain. So it becomes, even though it becomes a technical game, although you may have a great product, you feel like your show is valuable, you feel like what you're doing for the community is valuable, that's all well and good. And it is. But as far as understanding how to move it, market it, you got to understand how the environments that you're in work. And that's the part that I've, over the last couple of years, I have been mapping out for what we're doing, because I have the hardest bars I ever wrote was, more eyes on us, the more ears on you and your music.
Right.
So it's, yes, I want people to come here, but I want people to come to the show to where if we move together in the right way, then we can force the algorithm to see us. Pull up here, show up here, bring your music. You know what I mean? Like this show, repost the show, tell your friends about it. Tell people who love your music already that don't make music about it. And I think that we can build on that. But getting people to do anything is a hard task. I can't do any more really than I've already done. Now at this particular time, it's like everything else is up to the individual. You know what I mean? So, but what I've transitioned into now is creating a space for the music community, not only to have a good time, weird conversation, great conversation, real talk, whatever it is, but also I'm giving you an opportunity to market yourselves. Everybody's a moderator on my show. Everybody's a moderator. Why? Because I want you to put your links in there to your other platforms so people can have the opportunity to follow them and support them. I'm not looking at moderators like everybody else to control chat conversation. That's cool. But I want the artists to be able to put their Spotify, their Apple Music, whatever. At some point, I'm going to stop taking BandLab links. I don't want your BandLab link, because BandLab's not paying you to play the song. But if you publish the song, it might be 0.0000004 cents or whatever it might be. But guess what? That's better than zero.
I'm going to tell you something, right? So what you just said, right? I was telling the artist this. I said, I was telling a producer, I said, what if people could just buy the beat from you direct, right? What if you could just when you put the link in, like they have a way you can listen to the beat, right? Wherever that is, a live stream or whatever. And when people say they want the beat, you could just give them a link and they could just buy the beat. I built that into this app too.
That's right.
You could put the link is, you put in the link to your, it could be wherever. It could be BandLab. And they can download it from BandLab. It could be the link from your Google Drive. Okay? And now you can monetize your BandLab link.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. But again, I'm always concerned about now I've seen BandLab. I have never created a beat in BandLab. I'm a beat creator, I'm a beat producer as well. But I won't do it. I refuse. And the reason why I refuse,
you don't need to. See, when I think about it,
because of the terms and conditions. That's why I refuse.
So
I
you
refuse.
understand because you read the paperwork.
I did.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, what about 15-year-old Bobby? And Bobby got an iPhone, and this how Bobby do what Bobby do.
Right.
How do we get Bobby to start getting a nickel so Bobby can graduate? Right? Bobby gotta make $100 to go get the Focusrite set up.
Right. Gotcha.
Bobby gotta make $300, $400 to get the basic laptop to get a better door.
Right.
Right. Then once he get the laptop, then he has to buy the door. That's a whole nother fee.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
A whole nother can of worms. So what I'm learning is I'm trying to facilitate people at ground zero.
Right.
Right. Which also is profitable for people at any level, any scale. Okay.
It can be.
If you're already making money, the only thing I'm reducing for you, I'm increasing your profits by reducing your fees and reducing the friction, making it easier for you. So
now see, what you're doing makes sense. But I don't know if Bobby borrowed some royalty-free loops that are good for a certain time to make them beats. I don't know if little Bobby has cleared samples.
Now that's true.
I don't know what little Bobby has done.
Now that's true. But you know what I thought about? Because you're right. My thing was, if Bobby created the song, how come Bobby can't make a mixtape?
Right. Okay.
Our generation.
Yeah.
DJ Clue didn't clear not Nan sample.
Not now. Yeah, he made mixtape. Yeah.
And he made a ton of mixtapes. He reused beats. He took instrumentals off of records.
Yes,
and he looped them up and put and he used that to finance his.
Then you know what Bobby has to do is put mixtape beat only.
But now Bobby has the infrastructure to do
to put that in there,
and say this is my mixtape and put it out.
No, like I said, for what you have offered is dope. My wife is a beat producer. She produces beat. She's also an engineer. So
shout out to Mercedes, by the way.
Absolutely,
because we haven't mentioned her. You just said your family, and I was keeping the anonymity. But now that we mentioned Mercedes on the beat, I love your wife.
Thank you.
And my wife loves your wife.
Thank
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they've been supporting each other, hanging out on the side.
She puts the work. She joined, and I do have to give her a big shout out because she joined a lot of Facebook music groups and things like that to push the show. She's been very instrumental in helping with the growth and bringing new people in there. She's a social media, yeah, she understands. She
on there. She out there. Shout out to Mercedes.
She is on there. She's on there, and so she definitely is a big part. And not only that, on top of that, I sacrifice a lot of time away from my family to do this work, and it is a vision. It's a dream, and the blessing is she understands that. My family understands it. But again, this sort of made me feel better about missing time. But sometimes in those instances where my son, he plays piano, he's by ear, self-taught. I didn't teach him, taught himself. I bought him a piano. I started with the 61 keys and his keyboard. I saw how he did on that, and then he did so well. I said, you know what? I'm gonna give him the full load.
The full 88.
I got the full 88. So and so to be able to say, hey, my favorite song is "Will You Be There?" It's Michael Jackson. It's my favorite song. Well, how's it go? The do 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 do. Yo, I said what? Yo, man. When I say I'm amazed at that. I'm amazed. It amazed me because I can't play by ear. I don't play by ear. I mean, I if I know a song, I can figure out what the chords are. Yeah, I get it. by just I need some notes in front of my face. I'm a music reader. I need to start somewhere that yo man, like
somebody hand me the paperwork. What key we in? What's the chords?
Yo, I know all of that. I know what keys are, and I can hear them. But to do that, to what he does, like off that top, it'll take me another minute to figure it out. But when you can just sit down, you heard something, and you just you can play it almost perfectly. You just push two, boo, 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 and then he's gone. That's it.
He's gone.
That's
phenomenal, man.
So I do want to find ways to spend more time with my kids, my family, and so I've cut back some of the morning shows, especially during the summertime. I've cut back a little bit on that. We've done some other things. Didn't give my wife time. We started date nights all over again and that kind of thing. So people don't understand the sacrifice that some people make when they're trying to build something, and especially the audience and the people you're trying to help encourage to be the best version of themselves and put the work in. And so, sometimes I get a little agitated, and I know everybody can't show up every day. I know that, we're trying to I'm trying to find the right people to put in the right place to do what's necessary and that they be willing to do it because they believe in the vision. Mm-hmm. But that's hard right now at times, other than my appreciation for people pulling up to the shows. Jalen is my great co-host. Jalen Walker is my co-host. Mm-hmm. He has been with me through every iteration from No Gaslighting to the FXQ show to here. And this is the first time I've run the channel without a partner. Mm. And be able to not have to consult with anybody else's thought process necessarily. I'm looking at all my legal liability. I'm looking at everything I've been putting all the money in it anyway. Mm-hmm. Even when I had partners, I was putting money in, which is why sometimes those relationships didn't go right because my thought process is it's not equal. Yeah, your time is valuable, but you're not putting in no dollars. It's not halved on the expenses that it costs. And I mean, 1 year I gave away $13,000 in cash prizes during the summertime.
Wow, that's a lot.
Building the community, trying to get people to understand that you got to promote yourself. So a lot of the artist spotlight interviews that I'm doing with people off camera and doing like what we're doing similar to right now. Mm-hmm. That's coming August the 1st. I've got I'll be doing on Saturday mornings from 10 to noon Central Time here in the States. I'm going to be doing the educational series on mixing, marketing, promotions, building a channel.
So you have an educational series, mixing, marketing, promotion.
Everything I know, I'm gonna do a series. I'm gonna do a series on it. Yeah.
So you have a showcase, you have a series, you have anything else? What else you got?
Well, right now that's it, and just continue to educate myself on the different platforms, and then put these right pieces together so we can move forward with the show. And then, as I said, as we come into the new year, and I'm doing these trips to, like I said, to meet people I've known for years but have never met, and see where their minds are, and just see if they show up. Just see even if they show up.
Is your educational series, is it going to be pre-recorded or you?
It's live. It's live. It's live. I'm gonna do lives. I'm gonna do a whole track on a series just to make one track. I'm from the writing process to the writing process. I'm gonna try to ask the audience for concepts and their thought process. I'm gonna give a concept, and I'm gonna test the lines out on the audience, and then go from the writing process. We go from the writing process to building the beat for it. What kind of beat I want for this? What kind of beat do I want for this? So
I want to help you with your whole series. Mm-hmm. And I want you to do it through Studio Comms because we can set all of that up where these can be, whether if they're closed classes or whether you want open classes or free classes. No matter how you want to set it up, we can accommodate that. And I want to help you facilitate your whole series, set it up to scheduling, and this way it comes in, because that's what this is built to do. It's built to handle that. So
and listen, I will, because that'll give everybody a good roadmap to know what's coming up. You know, I'm gonna leave some things on the cliffhanger. You know what I mean? You got to, because maybe be a 3-part series, and that's gonna take the whole, or 4-part to take the whole month. You know, so if we're building a track, that series of lessons is gonna be done between the beginning of the month and the end of the month at a time. So, and so on and so forth. Some might be just 2 weekends. You know, they may be shorter. And then bringing people on that have expertise outside of me to continue to educate the community of artists on how to market themselves in this day and age, and how to use certain aspects of social media to build their profiles up and do things like that. Being consistent with your branding and your naming and things like that, and doing it in a low cost and effective way. And one of these new low cost effective ways that I just became a part of is Studio Comms.
Studio Comms. Shout out to you, man. And I'm gonna tell everybody, because they didn't get a chance to see off screen, right? So off screen, we went through a bug that came up in the system, right? And we found a couple of other bugs. And while this was happening, he signed up, still put in everything. We got the bugs worked out, and we're able to come back and go live. A lot of people don't know, but a key component of what I'm doing and what FX Radio Network is doing is really customer service. It's understanding who the customer is and facilitating what they need, whether it's the artists or the fans, and having in and setting in the infrastructure. I want to thank you for coming in and talking to me, man. We're gonna have to set up a part 2. Because after you get the series set up, we're gonna have to sit down and talk about what's happening with the series and how they lined up and everything else.
Definitely, and we'll talk about how the competitions came out, and I'm pretty sure I have future things that I'll be developing, because I'm always thinking, man. So I do appreciate what you and your wife do with the music review. I always going to respect and honor that, because it's just such an important thing. And I always tell people, I'm not looking for you to just be at my channel. Take your music everywhere.
Yeah.
Don't just bring it here. Take it everywhere, because the more you move it around, the better chance you have of building another listener.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to stop recording. We out.